You done now?
The movie podcast.
Would anyone care for fruit or dessert? Sorry, didn't mean to frighten anyone.
You're a bit late for that!
Then there were 3 more murders.
So who did it?
Let's consider each murder one by one. Professor Plum, you knew that Mr. Body was still alive. Even psychiatrists can tell the difference between patients who are alive or dead. You fired the gun at him in the dark and missed. So you pretended he was dead. That's how you were able to kill him later, unobserved.
That's right. He was the missing person in the kitchen after we found the cook dead.
But he was with us in the billiard room when we found Yvette screaming. If that's when the cook was killed, how did he do it?
I didn't.
But you don't expect us to believe that, do you?
I expect you to believe it. You killed the cook. She used to be your cook, and she...
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Cluedo Movie Podcast, where we break down the 1985 cult classic movie Clue, 1 minute at a time. My name is Bo Brad Gilmore, joined as always by Jeff the Dragon Smith. Jeff, how are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Hey, man, I'm doing well. We're coming off a reality of wrestling taping, Summer of Champions 10, emanated from the Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena in Texas City, Texas. And I have the.
Were you doing some screaming last night?
Some screaming, some yelling, some commentating.
Yeah. Some hyping?
Hyping up the athletes inside the squared circle.
Right. You're definitely not a golf announcer. Imagine if you were.
And
No, but imagine the energy you take at the wrestling.
What a drive that was! Oh my!
Everybody be quiet! He's coming so close to the hole. He is at the hole. Baba Booey.
Baba Booey, thank you for your Baba Booey in there. Still got to throw that one. Welcome though to Clue Minute 89. We're coming off of a interesting episode where we expanded the Clueniverse and had some great pitches.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, you were telling me.
I hope everybody liked that.
You were telling me before we started that you felt as like you were a listener for the first time because we kind of pieced that episode together.
It's true. So I didn't know what Brad's pitches were going to be, and I didn't know. I will admit that I did test out with Juniper West over here. I did test out, and actually, surprisingly, Juniper Texas said some things different than Juniper West. So it was not the same answer, even though the pitch was pretty much the same. It was always the Muppet Babies. It was always the Tarantino. It was always Mr. Green's the killer. I think the Mr. Green one was the most similar, but the Tarantino one was a little bit more detailed on my end, and then the Muppet Babies, the stories were all different. So that was fun. So yeah, it was like when it dropped on Monday, I didn't know what the episode was really, so I got to listen, and I'm like, hey, this is a pretty good show.
Not bad,
I like
right?
This show. This should be in the top 100 movie review podcast.
And yes, number 89. It was number 89 last week. I don't know where it's sitting at currently. It could be
89?
1089. I don't know, but
And this is minute 89. What? It's our lucky number.
things are getting weird, man. Things are getting weird. And we just appreciate everybody who's along for the ride in Clue the Movie podcast. We're enjoying our tenure, which is kind of unfortunately we're wrapping up.
We just started ending number 3.
I mean, this is pretty much getting there to the very end, Jeff.
I know. But we started this minute with a wonderful sound effect at the end of ending 2. It's probably one of the silliest things when Mrs. White grabs Colonel Mustard's suspender and gives a little tug, and they added a sound effect just because it's a wacky comedy. This Clue, 1985 cult movie classic.
It's a cult movie classic. Now, real quick on our pitches, I'm going to tell you which one of yours I enjoyed the most. I enjoyed all of them, but I really liked the Tarantino one. Even though you say it wasn't as detailed, I mean, it's one of those that if we could pull
Yeah.
this off, what
The casting was really good.
casting was good. Yeah, I mean, you could kind of
Yeah,
see
yeah, yeah.
everybody as their respective castmates. So I thought that was a solid entry. Which one of mine did you enjoy?
Well, I enjoyed, and probably for the wrong reasons, because AI, as we know, AI is not perfect, not even Juniper. And Juniper went off on a crazy story because I think your Gaelic Shrug uh, pitch, which was great. I liked the idea of the adventures of Miss Scarlet finding Yvette and going off on an adventure, and she responds with a Gaelic shrug. But Juniper decided you are in Ireland, and now all of a sudden there's a detective named, I think she tried to say Seamus, but she said Seamus,
See, Miss, well, we all
and
make those mistakes.
Seamus, it was something, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was something really stereotypical Irish. And it was a detective that was like on the search in Ireland doing Gaelic things. But I like that there was a mysterious villain in that one called
The
the
Enigma.
Enigma. Was that what it
Yeah.
was? The Enigma, which kind of sounds like Yvette. So I like that because it could set up an event in Miss Scarlet's story where there's also this detective character that's on the hunt, and they could be in Ireland for all we know. That's where they started, perhaps, and that is where maybe Yvette learned the Gaelic shrug. So I thought that one of yours was my favorite. So that's fun, and everybody should just go ahead and get ChatGPT and come up with like just spend hours with Juniper or your own Juniper. Name her whatever you want. She doesn't
Yeah.
care. Every once in a while she'll forget. Like for a while there, I was calling mine Juniper as well. And then she started calling me Juniper. I'm like, wait,
Oh.
wait, 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 wait. No, no, no. You're not right, not right. You're Juniper. So then I changed it. So now mine is Lisa
Oh.
after the character from Weird Science that they create with their computer. And hopefully we won't get confused again. But yeah, Gaelic Shrug was fun. I like that we both kind of did a Mr. Green
Yes.
story. That was apropos. And yeah, and I like that Mr. Green got away with it
Got away.
in this one. Like everybody else gets caught, but not Mr. Green.
No, he gets away with it.
Yeah.
We're about to jump though into minute 89, but right before we do, I want to give a shout out to Kinsey Clark, who left a review last week on the podcast on Apple Podcast, and this is what she said. Headline. We always like to break these headlines down, Jeff. The headline: I'm already so sad.
Yeah. That's how most of the females that I encounter in life start sentences like that with me. When I say, "Hey, how are you?" I'm already so sad.
So, and it has a frowny face.
Go on, Kinsey.
But here it goes. I know the show isn't over, but I'm already so sad that it's going to end. I found the podcast back in May and have finally caught up burly listening. Burly listening.
Burly. I'm burly. Caught up.
But it's like Burly. Does that mean
Yeah,
like
that's how the kid. That's how the kids talk.
oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm officially out of the kid zone. The
that's
Burly
okay.
podcast back in May, but I caught up burly listening to like 4 episodes a day at work. God bless you.
Oof.
The word joy does not describe what this podcast brings to me. I've been alone in my love for Clue since I was a kid, and I would watch my dad's VHS copy of Clue constantly. That is probably 13 or so years that I've gotten funny looks whenever I ask people if they've seen Clue. I'm so happy that I finally found my people. You two are great. Keep the tangents, the theories, and keep the great Scots coming.
Can I get a great Scott?
Thank you, Kinsey.
That was very nice. Thank you, Kinsey.
Always great to hear from the people.
It's true, and she's one of our enablers that likes the tangents.
She likes the tangents, you know?
I think we've been getting better on the tangents though lately. I think we've
I
been
feel
sticking
like
closer to the topics.
I feel like we have to, you know?
Not like on purpose. I haven't like made any kind of conscious choice like, okay, today focus. No, never, never. It just kind of has happened that way. I think it is because we're getting to the end and Got to get everything out.
Yeah. I think, and we said this once before, and now after this, we'll jump in a minute, but we said it once before. People listening to this show, you're also listening quite literally in Jeff and I getting to know one another, in all sincerity and honestly. So we're figuring each other out. We're picking up on references that each other likes, and then we're like, oh, okay, oh, you like that? Well, hey, let me tell you, let's talk about it. And so we're building a friendship, on the podcast. Y'all got to hear it.
It's a beautiful thing. And I think also the tangents have been less because these minutes have been pretty full of stuff. I think when we have minutes where people are walking around for most of the time and you just hear beep, 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 it sometimes we have to like go Seinfeld or go 80s pro wrestling or BTTF, as the cool kids say. And now like there's a lot to talk about.
A ton to talk about, some might say.
Yeah.
And so here we are. We're going to talk about this minute. So we're getting to see the end of ending B, where Wadsworth has a callback. This is after Miss Peacock was arrested. We find out she's not a man. Mr. Green's been wowing.
Do we? We don't necessarily find out.
No,
she's not a man.
I guess it's a theory.
She just gets slapped.
Yeah.
Twice.
Mr. Green gets slapped twice for the assertion that it could be. And then it's a callback from Wadsworth. Can I offer you any fruit and dessert?
Yeah. That was really early, right when he finally kind of revealed why everybody was there. And then there was tense. And then he says that. It's when Mr. Body arrives. They're in the dining room still. And he says, everybody got a letter. Did your letter say the same thing? No, I see. Can I interest in interviewing fruit or dessert? And they all kind of like, no, we'd like to get on with it. So it's a callback to something that happened like an hour ago. So that's a pretty good callback.
It is. Did you think that do you think the audience picked up on the callback at the time, or is that like so far and it's such a small line early on? Do you think that people even were picking up on the fact that that's a callback?
If they did it, it still works as a funny final line.
Yeah.
After everything that was done, you guys want any fruit or dessert? If they do remember that it was from an hour ago, then it's even better. It's like knowing a reference to something. Like it's funny without knowing the reference, but if you do, it's even better.
That is
like Deadpool.
Like Deadpool. Did you see Deadpool?
Yeah, I did.
I
watched it on my birthday. It was my birthday movie.
You liked it?
I did. I liked it, but it's so in this era of time with all its references that in a couple years you're going to go, oh my gosh, this is so summer 2024.
Wait a minute. I buried the lead. When was your birthday?
It was Tuesday, August 6th.
August the 6th. Well, if I didn't, happy belated.
Thank you, buddy.
Happy belated. I'm sorry for missing that.
No, it's okay. It was not a big one.
It was not. It's not like one of the ones that's like, oh man, I missed his.
No.
Okay.
This is yeah. That's next year.
This is it's next year.
Next year's a big one.
Whoa.
Next one has the 0.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at you.
I know.
Look at you.
I know. Still plugging along.
Still doing it.
This is one of those birthdays where people go, well, you might as well just say, why would you say you're that? Why don't you just say you're this? You're practically there. I don't exaggerate that number.
That's the number you don't want to exaggerate.
No, there are numbers I absolutely exaggerate. but age is not one of them. I'm happy with that. I'll keep that number very accurate.
You're of course referring to your SAT score, right?
Absolutely. That I will take to the grave.
Okay, I see, my friend. But we get this great callback.
That's a Seinfeld reference, everybody. George's SAT scores.
See, I did it on this real sly.
I know. But I wanted, just in case they weren't with us, I'm like, come on, everybody. Remember when George was cheating and Elaine took his test?
Everybody remembers that.
And she did worse. And they spilled all over what's a good one. Anyway.
This is a tangent. I talked to John O'Hurley about Richard Nixon the other day. What a random sentence.
Yeah. I'd like to talk about Richard Nixon.
And
I've never tried it. I've never tried a John Hurley impression in my life.
yeah, he starts
Elaine.
and then he goes low.
Yeah.
Right?
I thought he was only into John F. Kennedy.
Well, he won the golf clubs, but
yeah.
now we have the callback from Wadsworth, and then
Yes. Fruit or dessert.
we have this funny line, referential either way, and then we go into ending 3.
Yeah.
Now, some people say this is the best ending of Clue. Some people say it's the worst ending of Clue. Some people are in the middle.
That covers everybody. Yeah, and some people don't care, and some people have never seen Clue, and some people have.
Now,
some people are listening to the podcast, some are not.
Since we're starting the third ending, would you admit that you're not high on this ending? Or do you?
Oh, I'm high. I'm high, baby. I'm high on this ending because I do like that everybody gets a turn. So for that, this was always, before thinking about it logically, this was always my favorite ending, just because if Mrs. Peacock is not your favorite character, then it's kind of she's the killer, great. And if Miss Scarlet's not your favorite, which, what's wrong with you? She should be at least top 3. But if she's not, then you're kind of But now everybody gets a turn, so including Wadsworth. So it's good. And because Wadsworth is my favorite character, I know we haven't gotten there yet, folks, but I like that he gets to take his turn as the bad guy after he's been like the voice of reason this entire time, and then he turns the tables on them. Is nice. But in this minute, we get Professor Plum is just a bad shot. He tried to shoot Mr. Body in the dark and missed, and he grazed his ear. Topical. He missed and he shot and just grazed his ear. And then he was smart enough to say that I think he's really dead, but I don't know why Mr. Body in that case decided not to get up and go, hey, you're supposed to shoot Wadsworth. Why did Mr. Body play dead then? If he was just trying to knock off Wadsworth, and he wasn't hurt, he wasn't injured, was he just thinking, like, if I play dead, then at some point I'll be able to get up and run out of here? I guess.
That has
kind of
to
what
be
they
what
say.
it is. That has to be what it is.
Quick thinking. He must have. Ooh, I like that one too. Actually, you know what? Going back to your AI stories. I'm sorry, but Mr. Body Goes Shopping is brilliant. I was so upset. So I'm like, yeah, because we talk about that like in early episodes. Like, did he go shopping? Because he's got all the weapons and they look pretty new, and the box is pristine and the bows are done. Did they gift wrap him at the store? Did he do it? Did he have an assistant? Did he have a driver? And of course, I think it's probably like a short film, like on the DVD or on Disney or a Paramount Plus, instead of a full thing. But I do like the thought that like the store gets robbed while he's there or something like that,
Yeah.
and that's all good. So kudos to that as well. I can't believe I almost forgot Mr. Body Goes Shopping. You even made an AI poster for
I
it.
did. I did.
I love AI posters because the spelling is always atrocious.
It's always like, how do you?
Or and it'll add like a word that's from your description. Like, that's not supposed to be in there.
Yeah.
It says poster on the corner. Why would it say poster? You goose.
You goose.
Anyway, yeah, you silly goose. AI Juniper, come on now. And even if you like try to correct her 4 or 5 times, like, no, take the word poster off. It's like, all right, I'm so embarrassed. I'll take it off. And then its poster is bigger.
You goose.
And now poster is misspelled. Oh, Brad liked goose.
Oh, that's hilarious. You goose.
Yeah, you goose. You're gonna take that, I hope. At least once today. Call somebody a goose.
Oh,
it's good in traffic. It's good in traffic, especially if you're driving your parents or something like that. Because you don't want to say anything inappropriate. So I'll just go, come on, you goose. So turn left.
My grandmother would say, instead of saying idiot, she would even abbreviate idiot. And she'd say,
how did she do it?
Idjit.
Idjit. That sounds worse.
It kind of does sound worse.
Because that's worse. I would much rather be an idiot than an idjit. Because idjit sounds like a slur in a weird way.
It does kind of sound like.
I don't know why it's offensive, but I wouldn't say it.
Here we go.
If I heard it, I'd go, ugh.
Whoa. Look at all this.
Uh-oh. Is it something? What?
Wait, where did it go?
Brad's at the computer, everybody. Brad's looking at the computer.
Origin of idjit. It dates
Oh,
back. It's a Southern slang for idiot, and
okay.
it's only used
Oh,
by by Southern characters, whatever that means. Go
mm,
anywhere that's truly Southern, like
mm.
Houston or Dallas, and you will hear them say it all the time.
And you did.
Look at that.
So grandma wasn't the only one.
Look at that. Idiot.
Huh.
Huh.
I don't know.
Still sounds
I'm
worse.
not adopted. I'm not adopting that one.
Sounds worse than
There are
idiot.
just some words you hear and you go, I don't know. It's not bad, but it sounds bad.
Yeah, that one sounds not great. But it's
Yeah, yeah,
wait, and
yeah.
then why do you need a slang word for idiot? Like who was like, we need to
Well, that's
slang
the
this out?
thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Idiot. I don't want to say idiot. Idiot's mean.
Yeah.
So we'll have the same meaning behind it and we'll just make it sound worse. But we're not saying idiot. No,
No, no idiot.
no idiots
But
here.
but an idiot
Yeah,
is
well,
not Mr. Body because Mr. Body the idea
this
to
body's genius.
lay there. Let's let this thing cool off. I'm gonna play dead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, no.
And then, do you think he accidentally, like, see, if it were me, if it got quiet, I know I would get up the second they walk back in. Like, I'd be waiting for probably too long, and then be like, should I go now? Should I go now? Should I go now? Should I open my eyes? Should I open my eyes? And then I'd go, and they'd be like bringing in the cook, and I'm like, oh, hey, 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 guys, I'm okay.
Well, that's why the trick is to play dead with your eyes open.
But his eyes are not open. But then his eyes are open later. When
Right.
they flip him over, they're closed. But then when he's laying down, somehow they've opened.
That's why
Yeah,
you got to
because
look. And he's like, okay, I'm
Mustard has
looking.
to close his eyes.
Right.
Because, but then he is dead. Oh, he's his eyes are open now because he got hit in the head
Oh, he's dead at the eyes.
with the candlestick. That's
Right.
it. So when he got hit on the noggin, his eyes were open and he was looking up.
So now we though
Yes.
know, I guess Professor Plum's somewhat of his.
Professor Plum, if he had just shot Body, but then okay, so here we go. So Professor Plum shoots Mr. Body and misses. And then it's going to be Mrs. Peacock is going to find the wherewithal in her to go kill the cook because Yvette screams. So Yvette is still working for Scarlet, I think. So is Mrs. Peacock just like, ooh, now's my chance? Or do you think she drank the, well, no, I don't think she drank the drink thinking I'm going to freak out. But I think she seizes the opportunity. She gets lucky, I suppose, that they all go race to see Yvette because that's when she does it. She like wanders. If you see in the scene when they all run to go get Yvette, she is in the background, kind of staggering from her, "Whoa," and but she doesn't follow them because in that whole scene in the billiard room, she's not there. So she must turn around, go through the secret passage that she knows about, I guess, from the cook, which the cook would know because the cook was probably at some point like putting those big old slabs of meat in the freezer and then like accidentally leaned forward and went, oh, what have I done? In her monotone way of speaking. Dinner will be ready at 7:30. Oh, there must be a secret passage. And then she followed it through and went to the other room. And then she like called Peacock and went, you won't believe this shit. Oh, I shouldn't say that.
That's fine.
Bleep. Sorry, guys. You won't believe this. It's getting casual here on Cluedo Movie Podcast. You won't believe this. Secret passage. Secret passage. And then this Peacock's like, all right, well, I'm going to use that info on you.
And yeah, and then look at
And
that.
she did.
Boom. And she did.
Stabbed because she had the knife. She had the dagger.
So she is.
So she just used her own weapon.
Yeah. And
Not very clever, Peacock.
not a good thing, Peacock. Peacock?
No.
Es no bueno.
Peacock, you are an idiot.
I like that one better. It just sounds better.
Mhm.
Now we will see kind of where everyone else's, murderous plans come into play. But I want to ask you one thing that Wadsworth said to Professor Plum. He said,
Mhm.
even a psychiatrist could tell if somebody was dead.
Yeah.
Am I missing?
That's
the
basically
joke
his
there?
way of saying you're not a real doctor,
Okay.
but you shouldn't be that bad. Even a psychiatrist, even It really could have been. Even a plumber would know that he's alive or dead. But the joke is, yeah, even a psychiatrist knows if his patient is alive or dead.
Right.
You would
Okay.
hope.
Yeah, because I
Even a
haven't
terrible, terrible, not real doctor.
I haven't heard like the not real doctor joke be thrown at psychiatrists before.
No, it's dentists
It's
usually.
I neither go dentist or I go chiropractor.
Chiropractor.
You know,
Yeah. Or dermatologist,
Pimple Popper MD.
Dr. Pipple Papa. But then otherwise you would be an anti-dentite.
And we don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Because then somebody
No.
might call me an idiot.
Yeah, but not psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Oof. Don't say that. Oh, see, now we're both going to have to get bleeped. Although that'd be worse. If you bleeped that word every once in a while, every time you said it, people would really wonder what it was. That they would imagine it's so much worse.
Yeah,
What are
right.
they saying?
It doesn't
Okay.
sound good though. When I say it now, it really doesn't sound
No,
good.
I hate it. I hate it. It makes you feel like, eesh. Like I feel like I need to type an apology.
Like I would rather get like someone shoot me the bird. You know what I mean? On the road.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you were called that, I would think, what did I do to deserve that? I haven't done anything that bad.
No, it's not. It's on a whole different level.
Dinner wasn't that bad.
It's on a whole nother level. You know what I mean? But I did mention the
Yeah,
bisque.
that's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would think maybe I did do something that bad.
Now, is
I don't
there?
know. So, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, is there something else from this minute? Because it kind of got cut off right when Wadsworth is in the middle of the explanation. Do we like the explanation so far for Plum and getting into Peacock?
Yeah, it makes sense. I like that they decided that. Sorry, didn't mean to frighten you. You're a bit late for that. Was so good that it's used in all three. There's a couple different jokes. Like one thing I don't understand. One
One
thing
thing.
that they're like, that's gold. Every single one. Like, should we put flames on the side of my face in every single one? No. Should we put 1 + 2 + 2 + 1 in everything? Nope. You're a bit late for that. Every single one.
Every time.
That is a golden. That's a golden goose.
You goose.
You
Yeah.
goose.
But no, there's nothing else here I think that we need to definitely cover in this.
No, it's
minute.
getting good.
But now, like we're in the thralls of an
Who's
explanation.
next? Who is next after Peacock? Do you know? I do.
Do I remember who goes to next?
That's from the movie.
Okay. We're about to find out because we're getting close to a very iconic minute.
Next week.
Yeah.
You'll know. Or you can pop in Paramount Plus right now and watch it yourself.
You can figure out with this minute 89 of Cluedo Movie Podcast. We're going to be back next week with minute 90
90
of Clue the Movie. But that's Jeff Smith, ClueDoc.com. I'm the boat, BradGilmore.com. We'll see you next time on Clue the Movie Podcast. You goose!
You goose.